every time we go to these places, we gather as much information as we can, and we're putting it towards a book there to be published hopefully by the end of this summer.
Good afternoon, Kiva. My name is Lennon Hawthorne. I'm here to discuss my trip to Guatemala.
Hi, my name is Alexis. I go to Sacred Heart Cathedral and I'm an incoming senior.
Hi, my name is Marika D. I'm a senior at Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Hi, my name is Lauren Brewer and I'm a rising senior at the University of Tennessee majoring in international studies. And for the past 3 years I've been an active participant in the Microfinance in Action grant. Most recently we had the opportunity to travel to Guatemala to learn about how microfinance can be used as a tool to alleviate poverty.
I'll tell you what made Guatemala different is that I was able to see a third world country and its poverty for the first time. And I have to say it was an eye-opener.
Upon our arrival in Guatemala, I was immediately able to tell the differences between the two countries. I remember driving through Guatemala City on our way to Antigua and just looking out the window. I remember seeing guards with guns, buses speeding down the road faster than some cars. I remember seeing a van with its doors wide open and people hanging off the sides. And just seeing a lot of those things that made me realize that Guatemala didn't really have their laws enforced.
What do you do? The same? It's Kali. It's the owls.
Antigua's a beautiful city and it was refreshing to be in a place that wasn't too commercialized. I really enjoyed viewing the historic, colorful architecture, the cobblestone roads, the rolling hills, the volcanoes. It was just a wonderful place to be. We ate at a fair share of restaurants. I never really thought that for breakfast I would enjoy the combination of eggs, beans, avocado, papaya.
This trip was kind of like a bonding experience for everyone, and I think I definitely got to know all of the Sacred Heart Cathedral kids a lot more, but also the Microfinance in Action kids as well.
Satellite powered phone or something.
My music would be motivational, kind of like Eye of the Tiger style,
My name is Alex.
Hey Alex.
Hi Alex. So, one of my favorite songs, it's one in Spanish, and it's motivation that it says, Cuando pase el temblor.
Alex and Diego, who are our tour guides, they were amazing and awesome.
We also went hiking, and after making it to the top, we were, of course, tired, but we got a stunning view of the city, and up there we just chatted with each other, and Alex told us the history of Cerro de la Cruz. And speaking of Alex, him and Diego were wonderful tour guides. Language barriers were never really an issue because we had them to translate. They always answered our questions to the best of their abilities, and they were just a joy to be around.
Really awkward.
Peace Corps volunteers work with microfinance organizations, and they are an important part of Guatemalan economy. Okay? That's one area. The other is Peace Corps volunteers work with co-ops. Okay? Some of them are coffee co-ops. Some of them are following the methodology, and they are registered in the fair trade business.
How is it? Okay.
You expect that Guatemala, a tourist city, would have a very live and popping city at nighttime, like a really exciting nightlife. But one of the major factors that contribute to that nightlife being diminished was danger. There's a lot of violence there. It's the violence from the cartels, the lack of education, and also one big factor is gender discrimination. Women have basically the worst position there, especially if they're indigenous as well. If they're an indigenous woman, like let's say from Mayan roots, it's like 10 times harder.
I would definitely have to say that Namaste was one of my favorites. They only give loans to women. I think it's really cool that in a culture where women often aren't given opportunities to succeed, this organization is doing exactly that.
We're working with around 500 women.
I like the way how they put each of their female candidates in training evolutions to increase their financial and business literacy so their businesses can prosper as much as possible there. And then the more training evolutions they complete, the higher the loans they can receive there.
When asked why they target women, they told us that they're a better investment because they're more likely than men to, spend their income on their children's education, their health.
How many women have you guys served? 2,000. Yeah.
So I thought that was really amazing and a great source of empowerment for these women.
Here, Valhalla, it's doing a nice project because it's not only for doing getting the products. It's also about the care the environment. Because in Guatemala we have a lot of problems now with mudslides, landslides, and it's because people is trying to plant corn and they cut all trees.
We are an SA, so we are not NGO.
What is SA?
Sociedad Anónima. Sound like a business.
Yeah.
So people don't give us anything because we are a business. But we are a business that has a very low capital.
Most of the children they're working with their families out in the fields. They don't get to complete their schooling because of that, and also because the schooling there is you have to pay for it there. Unlike America, we have public schools that are mostly free. There, you have to pay for the schooling. So a lot of the kids, their parents are too poor to pay for the schooling. It's a sad thing.
My favorite part for me was the Mayan ruins that we were able to see. And it was just really surreal being able to stand on land and ruins of historical wealth that you only imagine seeing in textbook pictures. But it was also strange for me to be there because looking at the ruins, you could see that the Mayans had already built plazas arranged based on a family's power.
Up and down these steps in sideways. For example, like this, okay?
Okay. 1, 2.
What I really like about Adigo, they built a strong relationship with every one of their loanees. Like it was, they really wanted to be connected with the community there, and that's what it takes to really make a difference here in Guatemala, because you have to connect with these people and let them know that there is a way out, and all they have to do is follow the steps.
Le iba a dar la mano a las personas del área rural. Por esa razón pensamos en 2 manos, ¿verdad?
Mayan Families, which was one of the organizations we visited, had a 100% success rate for microfinancing and all the loans were paid back.
When the people apply for loans, we also sit down with them and go through their business idea. The only thing that we ask is that they have a business or a business idea.
The person would have to complete their classes first, and only after finishing all their classes would they get the loan to buy all the materials. The person would value what they got more since they worked so hard for it.
My favorite part of the trip was probably the last day where we went to the permaculture farm, and on the way there we took a boat tour where we got to just drive around.
Here we are in the border of the Cachiquel and Sucutil, also people from Santiago area. Yeah, and so basically we're like a hybrid between Cachiqueles and Sucutiles.
And there we learned the 3 ethics of permaculture. The first one was care for the earth, the second was care for people, and the third was fair share.
He asked, what do you do with your surplus?
Would we share it with those who need it, or would we rather sell it to someone with already so much?
MIA is an amazing place. I guess you'll see it physically, the grounds, when you take a walk. But what I love most about it is that it's run by local people, it was created right by local people, and a lot of the public is local people.
My favorite day was probably our last day because it was my birthday and just everything was perfect. The sun was out, it was such a hot day. We went to a little market and I'm pretty sure I bought like a whole Guatemala.
Overall, I really miss Guatemala. I really enjoyed our trip. It was really beautiful there and I wish I could visit again. I would say that being able to go on this trip was a really amazing experience for me because I definitely learned some values and lessons that I'll carry on with me as I move on through my life.
I feel that it really solidified the research that we've been doing for a long time now. And our argument was that microfinance is effective when done properly and when paired with education.
I hope you really learned a lot. You guys were a great group, really fun group to work with, and we all took something from this experience that you can apply into what you do in college, what you do in life, and most importantly, what you learn about yourselves.
Guatemala, I have to again say it was an amazing trip. Amazing. Eye-opener for real. Like, first time being able to see third world poverty in my eyes, in my face. It was amazing.
I want to thank everyone who made this trip possible.
I would also like to thank Shelly for organizing everything, and I would like to thank Ms. Bash for allowing all the Sacred Heart kids to go on this trip and just helping us prep for it too. And then I would finally like to thank all the students that went on it. Thanks for making it a great experience, guys.